Hello, friends, and welcome to this week's edition of The Poet, the Pastor, the Pundit podcast, opining on the intersection of faith and politics. We are members of a progressive Christian faith committed to embodying God's love in a fully inclusive way and to activating God's vision of shalom through the work of justice and peace. We take time each week to comment on current events through the lived experiences that have shaped us and through an ever-evolving faith that responds to the needs of those who suffer unjustly in our world. We share from the heart, and we thank you for tuning in. We are the poet, the pastor, and the pundit. Thank you for listening. Well, hello, everybody. I think we're doing our best to pull ourselves together for a conversation we're about to have that isn't going to be very enlivening.
Well,
more enraging than enlivening.
Enraging, there you go.
Okay, well, we'll do it.
And I just want to note, it's May 14th when we're recording today, and my dashboard gave me a warning this morning. Drive carefully, ice possible. It's May 14th. I don't want to see that message anymore.
Life in Northern Illinois. We love it.
And the other thing, if you saw my Facebook post, you know this. I saw gas yesterday. The station that's typically the cheapest on my route, and it was $4.82, which hard to believe that. I thought, wow, that's cheap.
Wow.
So I told myself if it's $4.82 this morning, I'm going to pull in there, even though I've still got half a tank. I'm going to fill up. It was $5.28. It went up 44 cents overnight.
A gallon.
44 cents a gallon overnight.
Yeah. Times fill up.
So, welcome to our dystopian, apocalyptic, Alice in Wonderland existence. We are the poet, the pastor, and the pundit, opining on the intersection of faith and politics, and back at it one more time. Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder.
It is getting harder and harder. You were just talking about how angry you are.
Oh, yeah. Spitting nails. Or biting the head off of nails. Either one would be appropriate.
Do both. Bite the heads off and then spit them.
Yeah.
What is the thing that is most making you want to bite nails?
Well, I'll tell you. Not the most, but the one that is poignant to me, which is where I'm wearing my shell necklace on top of my Ruth Bader Ginsburg t-shirt, is the second indictment of James Comey, who is being indicted. I had to write it down because it's so
bizarre.
It is. He posted on Instagram a photo of seashells enumerating 8647, correct?
Correct.
And that has been taken by the United States government under Trump as a serious expression of an intent to do harm to the president. Okay, that's harsh, but by comparison, Trump used his Truth Social post, which is not a government entity any more than Instagram, to post, Iran, a whole civilization will die tonight.
Really?
Never to rise again. So he can do that, as well as kidnap Maduro, whether we think he's a good leader or not, but he's a head of state. He kidnapped him, and he's got him in a prison in New York.
No kidding.
Right. But take a picture of seashells on the shore with 4 numbers in succession, and you get arrested.
Yeah. Second indictment.
No kidding.
This is a man who graduated from William and Mary. East Coasters would probably know that as a school of great historic importance and renown.
One of our first universities.
And also graduated from Chicago Law.
No slouch.
No slouch. So compare that to anyone who was working on the indictment team under President Trump, and you will feel you have fallen through the magic mirror into the rabbit hole, never to be seen again.
I think you are not exaggerating.
I agree.
On all of the things that I brought to talk about, I do have one bit of good news. Do we want to do that now or
Yeah,
save
do
that
the
for?
good news, you know.
The state of Hawaii passed a bill through the House and Senate last week. They're waiting for the governor to sign it, which she will, saying that corporations may not contribute to political campaigns.
Wow.
Right. And it's a clear slap in the face to a Supreme Court, which in its Citizens United decision, which I think, how do you characterize the worst decision this court's ever made? But that's up there for me, which basically uses what 19th century law did when they said that corporations have certain rights as humans. But they said they also don't have some rights. They can't take the fifth in court. They can't vote. They can't. And you would think that not having the right to vote would mean you couldn't contribute as a corporation to a campaign, but you can. And so now we've got people like Elon Musk, $100 million to a political campaign.
Oh, offering how much money to an individual voter
Right.
at the polling place?
Yeah.
Really? Just shill it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At the polling place.
Yeah.
So I'm really celebrating what Hawaii did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And maybe setting a blueprint for what other states can do.
That's really something.
I'm very
Yeah.
happy about that. That fits so much with their culture. Really.
Yeah.
Mi Familia, Ohana, it just, you know.
Yeah. It's an amazing place, actually.
Yeah.
I love it.
I went there once, and
I've been there quite a few times.
I thought it was just off the coast of California.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
8 hours later
Yeah.
on the same
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's closer to Beijing than it is to.
Yeah. It's way
Los
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm proud of that state. My son lives there.
Really?
Yeah,
Hawaii?
that-
Where in Hawaii?
Waikiki.
No kidding. I thought it was as close as we get to what paradise probably looks like.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The one island I have been to, Kauai, they say is the most beautiful.
I love Kauai.
Yeah, but I haven't been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Beautiful. Roosters,
Meanwhile.
red dirt, yum yum.
Meanwhile, a couple of things I have on my list. So the White House this week put out what they're calling a counterterrorism strategy report.
Yeah.
Okay, our government should fight against terrorists, but what they define as terror deserves to be questioned. Yes, I'm on that list. You're on that list. You're
I'm
on that
sure
list.
on that
list.
And
I'm proud to be on that
here's they cite three major concerns. Narco-terrorists, or what they call transnational gangs, and I get that. It's always been a problem, and our government has always tried to stop the flow. No, I shouldn't say that.
Well,
They've always identified drugs as a reason to throw black people in jail, but
Exactly.
And if not, we pardon them.
yeah, I do worry about narco-terrorism.
Yeah.
I do. Anyway, the number two is a little more questionable. Islamic terrorists. It's just racism writ large is all that is.
exactly.
And are there Islamic terrorists? Yes, but who's not on that list? White Christian national terrorists.
Really?
Neo-Nazis are not on this list. And there's no difference. I mean, there are Christian terrorists, there are Islamist terrorists, yes, but they use that to set up a straw puppet and make much ado out of nothing.
Yeah.
The third one, this is where we get on the list.
Yeah.
Left-wing extremists, including, and they identify this group by name, not groups, this ideology, anti-fascists.
oh my heavens.
So our government now deems those who are against fascism as terrorists.
Boy.
You're are you for fascism?
Well, no.
Then you're a terrorist. Are you for fascism?
I have the I Am Antifa t-shirt.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking maybe I should wear it more often so I could get arrested.
That's right.
Right. We would come
We'll
and
put your
visit
bail out.
you.
We'll visit you. We'll send you
Yes,
a cake with a knife in it,
That's
right?
what we'll do.
Because we're terrorists.
Yeah. They wrote it down, so it must be true.
There's
Yeah,
a
exactly. And
there's
they're looking for the leader of the Antifa.
Good luck with that.
So, I'm
I'm voting for
volunteering.
you.
I'm
How about John F. Kennedy? He might qualify as an anti-fascist.
We stepped through the looking glass.
There's a young woman, and she's started producing videos in response to this, in which she calls random government offices and forces them to answer direct questions about what this means. And she calls the Department of Homeland Services, which is in charge of sort of the anti-terrorist work, and says, okay, I just want to be really clear. What's your government's official position on fascism? If you're calling those who oppose it terrorists, what's your government's official position on fascism? And she gets it, I didn't write that.
Boy.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
today we're laughing. I can remember the day when I couldn't get out of bed
right.
Yes.
because I didn't want to open my eyes to see the reality of our
Right.
world.
It's like you wake up and then it hits you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're laughing, but this
Yeah.
is not funny
No,
stuff.
it's not
This is
funny.
really serious
It is.
stuff. And
It is.
people
And
are going
it's-
to be thrown in jail over this.
Yes. And it feels like the beginning only of the biggest trouble.
Yeah.
And I just read a list. I don't know how I got on this site. It's about American literature, world literature. But it talked about the authors who were so prescient early on.
Yes.
George Orwell,
For
course.
example.
Animal Farm in 1984,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
Aldous Huxley,
Aldous
Brave
Huxley,
New World.
Brave New World,
and,
yeah.
And I remember reading them in high school,
Lord of the Flies.
Yes, Lord of the Flies.
and we said,
Oh, come on.
can't be possible.
Yeah, this is too far out.
I mean,
It wasn't far out enough.
I know, right?
yeah. Thinking
Boy.
our country was above this and too smart to ever,
Right.
fall prey to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
here we go.
What else, Pastor John? We're out of
Well,
breath already.
we are not only opining on the intersection of faith and politics. We're doing that within the context of members of a church that's voted to become a just peace church.
Yes.
So this next issue hits pretty close to home for us. Our president started an illegal war, and it took on the operational name Epic Fury.
Really.
And their way around the illegality of starting an unprovoked war was to claim that the president has the right to respond to a provocation and has 60 days to make the case to Congress before we can declare war. Now, we've gone through this dance in the press. It's not a war. The war is over. What war are you talking about?
Right.
When that war is over, dance. Where is it a war, is it not? But
Right.
we're well past the 60 days.
Right.
And so rather than say the war that never started is now over,
Oh, that one.
they're starting a new operation. Epic
That's
Fury
right.
is over and done. We've achieved all of our goals.
Right.
Right? The Strait of Hormuz is still closed.
Right.
The price of gas went up 44 cents
Right.
overnight, but
Again.
we won the war. They talk about we toppled the regime. The regime is no longer in power. Well, they are in fact in power,
Yeah.
and they're calling the shots in the Strait of Hormuz. Anyway, we are now on to the next operation, and they're calling it Operation Sledgehammer. And the reason they're doing that is they think they can start a new 60-day clock. So
and still not go through Congress.
that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Really?
and-
That war's over. This is a new one.
Okay, but
wow.
what's the new provocation then? If we've settled
yeah,
the Hormuz Strait and the high cost of gas as a result of the closing of the Hormuz
Yeah.
Strait, what's our new provocation?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I know.
I think there'll be something we could find.
That's what
Let's
Trump
ma-
is doing
let's
in
make
China.
one up.
He's asking him, "What's our provocation?"
Right. Right. Could you help me here?
Yeah, right. Although I am the strongest person in the known world and the leader of the free world, China, can you help me out here a little bit? I'm
Yeah,
in
could
over
you-
my head.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation with Trump in China visiting
Yeah.
Xi
Xi.
Jinping. because nobody wants that straight open and that oil flowing more than China, where I think upwards of 40% of their oil comes straight through
Really?
that little narrow strait there.
Boy.
And so, he's going to want to say to Donald, get this over with. And Donald Trump is like, well, here's what we need out of this.
Uh-huh.
I understand that's not going well, but it's really hard. I consider myself patriotic. I love this country. I grew up on the East Coast where Washington, marched through my town and
Sure.
went to college at Trenton. I love it. But when I feel myself cheering for the underdog and that Ukraine's Zelensky stands up to our guy,
Yeah.
I'm cheering.
Yeah. And
I'm cheering.
Absolutely.
We had the Olympics, the Winter Olympics,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love watching that.
Yeah.
And I can remember through most of my life just really rooting for the USA. I can't do it anymore.
No.
Me too.
I'm rooting for those small little countries with no
Absolutely.
money.
Right.
Exactly.
Let them win. And the
Yeah.
World Cup is coming to the U.S. and I wish they would boycott it.
Yes.
The World Cup comes every 4 years. Like I'm locked in on that. And now I won't root for the U.S.
No.
They've talked about whether or not our government should allow the Iranian team to come and compete in the World Cup. Well, right, they qualified. Of course they should come.
What would a peace council, i.e., Trump's latest grift, why would you not want to?
It's only $1 billion to get in.
Well,
Oh, hey.
pocket
Chicken
change.
feed.
Yeah. I remember, like you, cheering for the U.S. team during the Olympics back in the day.
Absolutely.
And I remember when they started doing the postings of what the gold take was.
Right.
The U.S. had this many goals, Russia had this many goals, silver,
Finland,
bronze,
Norway.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, yeah, good. America has more than Russia, and, this. And it was like, when they started calling it the take,
The take.
there was something so unsportsmanlike about that language.
Yeah.
And I think that's when my interest
Waned.
really dissipated.
Right.
And I'm with you. I was voting for the Jamaica bobsled team.
Absolutely.
It was the right thing to do.
Yes.
It's so much more like us as Americans, I think, to be open-minded and open-hearted like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that concentrating on the take is
Yeah.
Yeah.
it set the tone.
So
and
crass. And
Crass is
and
the
it
word.
is in violation, utter violation of what the Olympics set out to do,
Absolutely.
which
It
was
outside of politics.
right, just the coming together of humankind
Yes.
across the globe to demonstrate peace,
Right.
and
And to
what the
celebrate
spirit of human
ability.
accomplishment can do
Yes.
to bring
Right.
peace to the world and
Right.
settle our differences.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
And was it Hitler that brought in the politics so strongly, or not? I
Well,
mean,
he certainly
anti-racial-
did. Yes, he used the 1936 Olympics as a propaganda tool
Right.
to
Right.
the world
Right.
for how beautiful things were in Germany,
Right.
and Jesse Owens blew that out of the
Right.
water.
Yeah.
Right. So, is there a tie-in between that kind of propagandizing the sports
Yeah.
of the Olympics and a tie-in to now what's
Oh, yeah.
happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, look at Kash Patel in the locker room of the men's hockey team when they won the gold medal.
It's an image that I
What was
can't
the-
seem to erase from my glug, 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 glug,
Yeah,
glug.
the director of the FBI is in the locker room the night the U.S. men's hockey team wins its gold medal, slugging down beers with the team and says, "This is the director of the FBI." I mean, come on.
And not only that, there was direct preferential treatment for the male
For the men's team.
Of course.
as opposed to the female
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Stanley Tucci took the female team out for a grand
That was
Good old Stanley
kind of
Tucci.
dinner.
It is.
Yeah.
You mentioned a moment ago grift.
Yes.
So there's
Such a good word.
that peace club, whatever Trump is building, where a country for $1 billion can
Right.
join. I think there were 5 countries that joined, right? And
His buds.
yeah, they're all fascist Did I say that word again?
Yeah.
Anyway, the other thing that came out this week in terms of grift, about a year ago, they came out with the Trump phone.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
I
this,
luckily missed this.
gold plated,
Yeah.
although gold is the color, not the metal.
Right,
Gold
right.
plated.
Golden.
Right. And it was only $499. Quite a bargain for a smartphone, and it was going to be made in the USA, where we have none of the technology to make these things.
That's a minor
Right?
detail.
Because our government doesn't allow us to pay slave labor to the
Right.
Chinese or not migrants but peasants who they build entire cities to warehouse in deplorable, inhuman conditions to
Right.
make our smartphones. But that's a whole other story. You had to put down a minimum $100 deposit to get it, and I don't know how many millions of dollars. Either was it Donald or Eric, I forget which. I think it was Donald Jr. made off of this. And it's a year later. Not one phone has been shipped to anybody. And this investigative journalist who bought one just to find out what this was and how good it would be is tracking all of the communication he's getting from
Really?
Donald Trump and the phone company that he founded. So
The latest I heard was it's like they just told those people who contributed
right.
$100 to the cause. They probably wouldn't be getting them at
Right.
all.
That's
So
the
give up
latest
hope.
is doesn't look like anything's coming.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
if you want your money back,
Yeah.
well, and then the other, I don't know if this is grift. I think it is grift.
Yes.
He hired this construction company personally and says a number of times, I hired this company to drain the mirror pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial and repaint the surface the color of the American flag blue.
Right.
And now the costs are more than twice what it was. There are already cracks forming in the surface that they're putting down. The quality is so low grade. And now he's coming out and saying, I have no idea who this construction company is, even though for 2 months he's been saying, I hired them personally.
Right. Right.
How stupid does he think we are?
Well,
It's like one is speechless at the thought that he thinks he can do this stuff.
well, the thing is, his very brazenness
Yes.
has gotten him where he is.
Yeah.
We elected him as
Yeah.
president.
Knowing
Yes.
full well
Even
who he was.
though
Yes.
He had the previous 4 years.
No.
He was
No, we know. We knew.
he was
Everybody knew.
impeached
Yeah.
then. We
Twice.
rehired him.
Twice.
We
Twice.
rehired him. It's kind of like, I hate
And
to
had,
say it, but you kind of get what you pay for.
93
Yeah.
pending felony convictions.
93.
Yeah.
Gee,
Up
that
to
should do it.
93, yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, as much as I disdain this man, he has a cadre,
Oh, yeah.
and we used to call it a cabinet. Now we
Cadre
just
is
call it
good.
an entourage, or something
Please.
like that.
Cabinet
but,
of Fools. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
an entourage. If you ever
Yes.
saw the show, the HBO show, Entourage, it's a bunch of sycophants following him
Right,
around,
exactly.
trying to gain fame off of his popularity
Right.
and
Fame
bending
and-
over backwards to
Yeah.
please him, which is all Kash Patel's doing in these hearings, is trying to make himself look manly to Donald Trump.
Sure.
That's all this
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
There's a scene where a reporter questions him about the ballroom, which is now more than twice its
Right.
original cost. And
Really?
she asks the question, and he lashes out at her and calls her stupid and says, it's twice the cost because I made it twice as big. How stupid are you? And he's just accosting her right there on the lawn of the
Well,
White House.
Trump does it all the time. Why shouldn't his people do it? I mean, he's the leader.
Yeah.
He's called out. Who was it Rachel Scott, a black
Yeah.
female
Right.
interviewer
Right.
who he called out?
Yeah.
He gets away with it.
Who's won multiple awards for her quality
Right.
reporting
Right.
and
She's
intelligence,
amazing. And what did he do?
and called her stupid.
In public, I have thought for a lot of my life, I've supervised people, and I don't mind criticism. I really don't. Take me back in the office, take me outside, criticize me, make me feel awful. Don't do it in
front of,
public.
right.
Really.
You praise your kids in public and you discipline them in private. Not Mr. Trump.
He doesn't know the deal.
He doesn't know anything. When it comes to decency, when it comes to common courtesy, when it comes to human emotion and
Right.
behavior.
He doesn't have.
No, he doesn't have it.
No.
So what were you going to ask before I interrupted you?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't be that important.
Okay.
Well, we should probably wrap up. We've
You think we've expressed ourselves?
we have expressed ourselves, and we brought to the table the things that upset us, and maybe one or two things that delight us. But
I forget, what were they?
Hawaii,
Yeah.
Hawaii,
Aloha.
Yay, Hawaii.
Yes.
Aloha.
Aloha. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Operation Sledgehammer. I wonder if they're going to borrow Peter Gabriel's song "Sledgehammer" to play as the theme song for the new war.
Gee, I think they probably will forget.
What's the Russian symbol again? The scythe and the,
And the hammer.
hammer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hammer. It's on.
It may not be a sledgehammer, but it is
do some
indeed
damage.
I
a
think that-
hammer.
yeah. It looks like a
Boy,
sledgehammer.
Just wondering.
Okay, well, any last words?
Well, I ran across this recently and I really like it. Do what you can, where you are. Do what you can, where you are,
As long as you can.
as long as you can. And
Nice.
the feeling was, we've stepped through the looking glass. We're in unbelievable trouble everywhere. But still we can do what we can with what we have, where we are.
Yeah, I think we're in Dante's eighth ring of hell.
I
Yeah.
think maybe we
Working
are.
our way slowly downward.
Yeah. Golly. Yeah.
And you got your shells
I have
and your
my shells. I've made my statement. I praise and laud Ruth Bader Ginsburg for having the guts to,
Yes.
little petite girl that she was, standing up for women's
girl
rights.
power.
Go.
You go, girl.
Absolutely.
Girl.
And
Little
the
girl.
shell
Oh,
for,
right.
anyone who has the nerve to use seashells in the sand.
He didn't even put him there. He just took a picture of it.
He just
Really?
posted a.
He didn't even know what it was. He just,
An
this is weird.
Instagram-
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look what I found on the
All right,
beach.
nevertheless, okay. My last word is solidarity, and
Yes.
the pastor says it all. And we're in this together.
Yes.
We have to stick together. Insanity may surround us, but we are a faithful
Yes.
few who are resisting.
Yes. Do what you can where you are.
While you can.
While you can.
With what you have.
Yes.
That's good. And I'll say it, we're in this together. We need each other. We will get through this. So hang in there. We are the poet, the pastor, the pundit, opining on the intersection of faith and politics. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye. Well, another week has come and gone. We have done our best to give you all something to think about from the perspective that we have as progressive faith seekers. We invite you to tune in each week as we, the poet, the pastor, and the pundit, opine on the intersection of faith and politics. Thank you for listening.